Shalom, beloved, and hopefully everyone is doing wonderful this fine day. Let me state this, family, before I really get into this message, because I don't want this to be misconstrued. I do not support, condone any kind of debauchery, whoredom, fornication, or any of the criminal element within the so-called black community. In fact, when I was growing up, right, the place, that time, that point in my life, I grew up in the area that was considered the murder capital of the country. Murder capital of the country. One would even argue, when you look at, the so-called black community across this nation, some of the most dangerous places in the world, right? For people of color. Now that that's out of the way, I want to put this with the message, right? I want to put that with this message. And the message is self-hatred is worse than white supremacy. Self-hatred is worse than white supremacy. And one can argue that participating in these things that's really destructive towards the so-called black community can be a form of self-hatred. One can argue that. But the kind of self-hatred I'm talking about is the kind of self-hatred where an individual will take social media and create this following, right? A couple of 100,000, maybe million followers. But your target audience is not your community to help lift them, but it's really the other community, right? The other community where you want to play the moral compass to shame your people, right? Where for the other community, you're the safe spot. You're the safe spot. And all your messages is about not only shaming your people, but minimizing their experiences, and even in a lot of cases, just denying that their experiences are valid, right? And what I'm talking about when I say experiences, the experiences that they have had with said community that you favor, that you protect, the system, the very system that you support, that you uplift. That again, the same system that say they're about equality and justice, but when we look at the data, their own information shows a bias. Not only a bias, but in many cases, the individuals, the leaders are bigots. The leaders are bigots. But we supposed to still be held accountable for our actions, but yet the people that are in authority, the people that are in power, they don't get the same scrutiny. Again, it's very dangerous. Because I could tell you this here, family, that when that community, when they begin to see the hustle, and then they begin to realize that even though they had an advantage, that no matter what they did, no matter what they threw at us, no matter our struggles, if you put us on a level playing field, we probably would outperform them. That's scary for them, and they know that. So these turncoats, right? These sellouts, they don't realize that when the same system, the same community, the same people that they prop up like they can't do no wrong, when that system collapses, the very net that they hold on to, when it collapses, these people don't realize, these so-called brothers and sisters don't realize that they're going to be the first one that they look at. I mean, that's just what I see. You may not see that. With that being said, as usual, peace, love. Shalom.